All right, we are going to spend the next 30 minutes hitting some IPAs hard and making sure that we are, first and foremost, reaching out to prospects. And second of all, we're going to focus on following up and closing the communication loop. So we're going to have some fun with this. We're all going to share wins. So we're going to work in 3 8-minute increments is what we're going to do to make up our half hour. And then I'll leave you with a couple power hour prompts that you can use the next 30 minutes after this call to do it on your own or do it another time during the day today. So I know for me, an area that I tend to be super weak in is people that I have met before and mentioned oils, but there's been no warm connection about oils. So this is the market that I would say really for me on my frank list or my list of prospects, this like almost ideal client. This is my, when I look at my avatar of who I want on my team, it's those kinds of people where I know that they would love oils. I know that I have the answer to their question, but I'm not like sending them the Zoom link to a class, right? They're like people that I'm like, and I need to actively reach out to. Maybe they've liked a post before, maybe they're not even on social media, whatever it be. And so my biggest tool and just learning moment for anyone on here that wants to take this advice is I love Facebook voice memos. And I also love if you have the ability on your actual phone to leave voice memos. I like people to hear my voice and hear the genuine tone and what I'm trying to do for them. So I would really encourage you to do that if you are comfortable. If you're not comfortable, then go ahead and send a message. But I get a lot better results from that warm connection. So what we're doing right now is we're having a conversation that can either be a conversation where you're just reaching out, hanging out, trying to make a connection so you can later follow up with oils. Or I prefer to be real. I am much better going, hey, I have been thinking about you, Claire, and I just know that you would love this blah, 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 whatever you're using. If you're talking about thieves, if you're talking about oils, say every time I use it, it makes me think of you. If this is, again, your language, and just wondering if we could have a conversation. I mean, that is like super soft. The next thing is if you don't know them well, but you know that they would love this, then you are literally saying, there is a great opportunity for your health and wellness. It is wonderful for you and your family to ditch the toxins. It's also a great business opportunity. Would you mind if I send you a recorded video? And they say, yes. And you're like, perfect. Are you able to watch it tonight or tomorrow? And then you follow up on the date that they choose. So there's the tips. Take 8 minutes. We're going to come back and follow up. My goal in 8 minutes is to contact at least 8 people. And if you use the Facebook voice memos, if that's something that you like as a tool, they cut off at a minute anyway. So it cuts me off naturally. And let's have some fun. Okay, I'm gonna mute myself and work, 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 work. I don't actually know that song, but I'm gonna try to sing that part. Okay. All right, guys. It's been 8 minutes, and I don't know about you, but I tend to get on a roll and just want to follow up with all the people. And what I mean by follow up is, again, this was not the follow up with contacts that already love the oils, but this was us talking to people that we need to approach and probably haven't really yet. Someone did anyone get results from that? Again, it was very quick turnaround, but did anyone get a conversation started and have any wins to share? It was quick. So what you're gonna do, just for everyone to make it feel better for all of us, I always have results like 4 hours after I do stuff like this. In Dream Team, in the comment section where we posted like this event, if you have something cool, post it in there because people love to be encouraged by each other. I know I do. Like, I would love it if you're like, yes, this person, they want to host a class or they want to get a kit or they want to know more about the oils. That stuff is awesome. And it's so encouraging for all of us. The next section we're going to do is way easier to me. This is called following up with people that have already been interested. And so I tend to do it two ways. I search the word oils all the freaking time in my text messages, my Facebook messages, my Instagram Messenger. I don't use WhatsApp as much as a lot of you guys do, but I would search in there and my emails. And when I do that, I am always like, oh my goodness, I have totally dropped the ball because people come up from forever that mention the word oils in the conversation and they're not already on my team. So I'm going to do that. I have some follow-up to do. I gave mask sprays out and I gave out like 27 of them at the end of August, and I have a bunch of people I just haven't followed up with. Like, I sent them the mask spray, I was like, yay, and then I never followed up, and I know for a fact I haven't because I just remembered it 2 days ago. So I'm going to work on that. I left 11 voice memos in that last section, so I'm going to try to do some of that as well. And I'm really going to ask the question, what did you like best about the mask spray? Okay, so that is always the key for me, is also not when, I mean, not if, it's when, and not do you have any questions, but what did you like most? What oils could you see yourself using? Those kinds of questions, because you want that positive thought in their head. So when I send someone a one-on-one class and I follow up, I always say, which of those 10 oils, those 12 oils, depending on where you live, could you see yourself using first? And they're like, well, all of them. Stress away and frankincense and thieves and lemon. I could use them all. Because if you say, do you have any questions? They're gonna be like, I heard there's turpentine or terpenes or some peens in some oil, and you're like, what just happened? And you're all in the weeds. All right, so let's try to get some wins on this one. Party time, 8 minutes, and go. Follow up all the way. I'll mute So sorry, I'm the worst. I was getting excited and just kept working and working and working. But I hope that's what this power hour does. Is I hope that you get off this and you're like, dude, I can get so much done in 30 minutes. So who has a win to share? Anybody? Yes, share it. Go ahead, unmute yourself and share.
Meeting up with somebody on Monday to chat about the oils. Something I've realized is obviously it's beneficial to try punt the starter kit, but I found so many other ways by addressing specific concerns and talking to people and say, okay, well, let's do an order for 50 PV to get you on essential rewards, because I know once they're on and they're using the oil, they're going to be sold. So I'm trying to custom things towards what people need, because it is expensive. But I know once they see the value, they'll be sold. And even if that means they'll only take 2 oils for now, it's fine. That's my kind of game plan with some of the people.
I'm not used to, this is funny. So we can't do that, right? I mean, at all. We've never even had, I mean, just want you to think about it. Just if anybody good, like kind of with Young Living. So even in the US, we couldn't have the starter kit as our first essential rewards order until 18 months ago. So you always had to get the starter kit to become a member and then place a 50 PV essential rewards order separate, like it didn't even ship together. So really just think about that. Mindset is totally different. I want y'all all to think about it because we're all from different markets. So for me, what happens is they're usually convinced to buy the kit because they don't want to pay full price for their Progestins Plus and Thieves. So just, I think that's awesome. And I also love learning from y'all because like what you just said is so smart. I've never even thought about it like that you can target their issue and they're still a member. Same way in Canada, same way in Europe. All right, anybody else?
I've got one.
Woo!
I'm kind of doing a similar thing with like really close friends of mine who I know aren't willing to invest for a whole kit right now. I'm trying to get them on like Thieves products and just like trying oils here and there. So I just contacted some people that I know had bought Thieves and they're like, yeah, I'm out of the bottle. So they're going to order some more for me and I'm going to do that.
Yeah. I think that's smart. Hey, anything, we're all like, anything you can do to get people seeing the value is huge. Especially without having in-person stuff. Like for me, I'm used to having, this is the season where I will be real. I usually have 3 classes a week in person, DIY, fall products, all the people, all the time, like elderberry classes, pumpkin spice classes, fall, immune boosting kit. So it is very different for me. Like this is very different for me because I still don't think that's the season we're in as a world. And I also feel that people need to try them out. So I've never ordered for people, but you know what? I probably would right now. Like I might put up a Facebook post tonight. It's like, want to show us something? Throw it on my order. I've never done that. And it might happen.
Really? I've done it for a good handful of people, at least people that I'm real close with, because I don't want people to get like in the habit of it. But I like it. At least it gets my OGV up. You know what I mean? So
I order, yeah.
So what I do is if I do have somebody that's sitting on the fence and would like to just order a diffuser and an oil and can't sign up with it, I'll be like, okay, sure, I'll do it this month, but you're gonna, I'll add you to my ER. So what I actually do is I add them to my husband's account below me, so then I still get 25% back of that as well. And then as I start adding it up to them, they're like, oh, and we get to a point where I'm like, you can actually sign up and then they can ship it to your home and not mine. And then it kind of, and then if you want to order something else, then you can do that without doing it through me. And they're like, oh, really? Oh, wow, I didn't know that. And then they end up signing up anyway. And I'm like, I lose my ER order, but I still get a sign up. So
that's so smart.
It's always a win-win.
That's smart. I've never thought about it with a diffuser because that for sure would put the cost. So, I always say if your diffuser is $100 and the kit's $160 for me in US dollars, people are always like, oh, so I can get all the oils too. And I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Smart.
But I think education is the thing, if you start telling them, okay, because I, I want to say with almost everyone that I've signed up so far, I would start with, yes, cedarwood is this, lavender is this, it works great for sleep. So you're going to need these two oils. And they're like, oh, but I need a diffuser. And they're like, okay, it adds up to this. And then when you actually show them what the kits are, they're like, oh, but I actually need everything. So why don't I just sign up as a member? It works like a bomb.
Smart. I like your wording. I appreciate you sharing it. Anybody else?
Also, I am actually meeting up tomorrow. Sorry. I'm also meeting up tomorrow with a girl for another sign up. Her sons and my sons are best of friends. So she told me, Chrissy, I want to hear a little bit about your oils because my son's our sons are on medication for ADHD, which creates tics. So she's like, it's getting worse. So she really wants to drop the medication a little bit. So I'm going over there. So any tips regarding ADHD would be amazing. And then I'm also helping my legs to grow. I have been online the whole day, basically taking 1-for-1, seeing where they're at, how can I assist you with growing, or going to star or going to senior star. And I know Esme just hit star and I'm like, okay, next one is senior star, we can do this. So I'm going to help her and see if we can double rank her in 1 month. And the same with Laura. Laura is like 200 PVs away from exec. So we're like, yes. So excited for my girls and my team.
It's the most fun. I mean, it really is the most fun. That's what we're going to do for our last, sorry, we're going to go 8 minutes over. If anybody needs to leave, you can leave, but we're going to do one more section. And this section, it's going to sound weird to you. If you were on here, I want to speak directly to you and you have 100 PV and it's from your starter kit, your very first month. Or if you're on here and your perspective and you're me and I have, I don't know, 390,000 OGV or something. I'm just going to be real. This still is the same. You building people to star or halfway to star or building yourself to executive or 2000, or halfway to executive, like this stuff really matters. And it's all in 100 PV increments. And it's all in things that you get to control, not the results, but your actions towards them. So what you're going to do, choose your game plan. You're going to help somebody get another 100 PV that's in your organization. So that's somebody, if you're the only person in your organization, it's you. You're going to, what's your only way to get somebody to 100 PV is getting a starter kit, right? Or getting 100 PV of products. But if you have 2 people in your organization, it could be getting them on ER for 100. It could be helping them follow up with people. My favorite messages to send new people on my team is, who do you know that could use these products too? I didn't ask them to start a business. I didn't ask them to host a class. All I asked them to do, like, I have a friend that sells Zaya Activewear, a friend that sells Usborne books. They all the time ask me, do you know anybody who you think would like it? And here's the thing. I am fine. It's unrelated to my business. I absolutely, here's my top 5 friends that are influencers in the health and fitness industry. Like, go, I'll ask if I'll connect you guys. And if they're interested in Zaya, we'd love to help you out. People love to connect and help. So even if that's your route, I want you to spend 8 minutes and think really hard about how can you help people get to star or just 100 PV, because all of us are at different places. But building new stars, when you think of having a giant fun bonfire with your friends, if you didn't have something that was going to catch on fire at the top and kind of like build a big like fireworks on it, I mean, I'm saying that because I'm thinking of like newspaper. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about you only have wood. You're gonna have to make sure the wood at the bottom, which is usually like your kindling, like your small sticks that are gonna light the big logs on fire. If those are not on fire, your big logs are going to take forever to burn and they're actually going to put themselves out, right? We have a fire pit that all the time puts itself out if we don't have a lot of kindling or newspaper or anything. It's just those big logs. They actually burn forever and then they slowly fade away. So we have to have new stars to light our organizations on fire. So stars are the building blocks of our team. So let's spend a few minutes and do exactly what Christy said she's been doing all day. Sorry, you got 8 more minutes in you, girlfriend. 8 more minutes of building 100 PV at a time. I think of it as Lego blocks too. I'm like, if I need 10 Lego blocks of 100 PV each to get this person to have this strong leg for executive, then how can I look at it as 10 Lego building blocks? And it's like, if someone gets 300 PV ER, I'm like, boom, 3 of those Lego blocks are done, 7 more to go. And so I just think of it all 100 PV increments. Even when I'm looking at big goals and I need 10,000 OGV, I'm like, cool, 100 PV increments. Like that's literally how I've always run this. And I think it will help you guys too. So let's take 8 minutes and then we really will share wins quickly and pop off. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody have anything to share as we're all still frantically working? I know I am.
Woohoo! Yes, I do. Laura just signed up someone and she is executive. Woo!
Wait, stop it. Get her face on the Zoom.
Yeah, she said she couldn't join because she had to do a sign up.
That like I love her because I'll just be real. I'm pretty sure this was me. Like I think that I was a jerk. Like I think I was kind of a jerk to my like uplines when they would invite me places until I was silver. Like I ignored everyone. I was like, oh, I'm good. I was always working because I just didn't have like. And then I realized. I mean, for all of you on here, I really realized the value. 50% of it is just having this team and it being fun, and the other 50% is like the health freedom, time freedom, paycheck, all that. So like now I crave both, if that makes sense. I love to work, like hustle, like work, like I like that and the energy, but it is so exciting to me to like see faces and be with people. And so I love to do both. I cannot wait. I want to like, I might Facebook message call her.
Go for it. She would love that.
Be like, you are insane.
She worked really hard at this one. I'm very, very proud of her.
I love celebrating rank ups. It makes my heart so happy. It's just so much fun. It really is. And don't ever be, everyone on here, remember when you channel your energy on this, is you want to always celebrate other people because we attract more of what we put out in the world. So people won't celebrate you, not because, I'm sorry, I believe that God has a plan. There's lots of I believe we work for what we get, but I meant in general, our minds will not be able to celebrate ourselves and won't feel deserving of celebration if we're Debbie Downers when other people have celebration. So make sure you like give energy and light of your like thoughts to being excited. So even if you're on here and you don't even know who Laura is, you should be like, yeah, somebody ran to executive, woo, because it's a party. So that is so much fun to end this. And I forgot we were recording. So it's going to be a super fun recording. She'll get to watch it maybe. But I am going to keep working. I have about 25 more minutes before I need to go do a study on Mexican Carnival and the Day of the Dead with my children because we're studying Mexico for the next 2 weeks. Which, on a side note, you lovely 3 ladies that live in other countries, when I get to your country, I'm going to let you like FaceTime my kids because our cleaning lady today is from Mexico and her English was not good enough to teach my kids, but she tried. She was like speaking Spanish to them, but she couldn't like translate back. So I'm like, man, I need to do this in languages where the person can actually like show some language things and some cultural things and tell them because they were hilarious. They were like, they just stared at her. So anyway, I'll go away now. Love you guys. You're amazing. Keep working. And I will see you next. If I don't see any of you before then face to face, next Wednesday, we have a month end happy hour. Happy hour. Who needs a drink? Apparently I do. I mean, I do. If I was at y'all South Africa time, I would be drinking. But anyway, I will see you. I will not be having an adult beverage next week from 12 to 1 in the middle of the day, but maybe I will. It'll be the end of the month. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll have a Ningxia Red Mimosa because they're my favorite because they're healthy and the oxygenation offsets the alcohol when you drink them together. I don't know if you knew that or not yet, but for some people, they don't like that, but I think it's amazing because you can have brunch and drink, Prosecco and Ningxia all day. Okay, I promise that is awesome. Again, still recorded. I'll see you next week, 12 to 1. We'll do a whole hour and it can be a happy power hour because we're happy that we do this business. Man.